Imagine a world where the flicker of a candle could reveal the deepest secrets of the human soul, where shadows cast upon ancient stone walls whisper truths long forgotten by time. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast, starlit desert, the wind carrying echoes of a wisdom so profound it stirs something primal within you. What if I told you that the key to an unbreakable bond between two hearts, two bodies, two spirits, lies not in the fleeting sparks of passion, but in a hidden art, a sacred dance of connection that has been buried beneath the sands of modernity? Within the first breath of this tale, I promise you this: you will uncover a mystery that transcends the physical, a revelation that will make you question everything you thought you knew about intimacy. This is not just a story of fleeting pleasure. It's a journey into the eternal, guided by the stoic wisdom of warriors who mastered not only their minds, but the very essence of their souls. Stay with me, for we are about to unveil the top 5 positions that women love the most, not as mere acts of the body, but as gateways to a deeper truth, one that binds love, strength, and resilience into an unshakable whole. Let us begin where all great quests start, with a question that pierces the veil of the ordinary. Have you ever gazed into the eyes of someone you love and wondered what unseen force draws you to them? What invisible thread weaves your fates together? The Stoics, those timeless sentinels of the spirit, taught us that true strength is not in conquering the world, but in mastering ourselves, and in turn, understanding those we hold closest. Intimacy, they would argue, is not a battlefield of desire, but a temple where two souls meet, fortified by mutual respect, unwavering resolve, and a shared pursuit of something greater. Physical attraction may light the flame, but it is the deeper alchemy of emotional resonance that keeps it burning through the darkest nights. Today, we resurrect this ancient knowledge, not through dusty scrolls or cryptic riddles, but through the living art of connection, 5 sacred positions that women cherish, not just for pleasure, but for the profound bonds they forge. These are not tricks or fleeting thrills. They are rituals of the heart, steeped in stoic principles of discipline, presence, and purpose. The first of these hidden truths emerges in the quiet embrace of spooning, a position as old as human longing itself. Imagine a twilight hour, the world hushed, where two bodies align side by side, one cradling the other like the earth holds the horizon. The one behind becomes a guardian, their warmth a shield against the chaos of existence, while the one in front rests in a sanctuary of trust. This is no mere act of closeness. It's a silent pact, a stoic vow of protection and vulnerability woven together. The beauty of spooning lies in its simplicity, yet beneath its gentle surface flows a current of raw intimacy. It invites a deeper penetration, not just of the body, but of the spirit, where whispered words and tender touches amplify the connection. The Stoics would see this as a moment of pure presence, where distraction fades and the mind anchors itself to the now. For women, this position is a revelation. It speaks to their longing to be held, to feel safe, yet desired, to experience a union that transcends the physical. Studies whisper that this closeness ignites dual stimulation, internal and external, elevating pleasure to a crescendo that echoes in the soul. But more than that, it's a mirror reflecting a truth we've forgotten, that love thrives not in grand gestures, but in the quiet strength of being fully there. Being fully there What does that mean in a world that pulls us 1,000 ways at once? The Stoics knew that presence is the cornerstone of all greatness, whether in battle, in thought, or in the arms of another. Spooning teaches us this, but the journey doesn't end in stillness. Now picture a shift in the sands of time, a bolder stance under the same starlit sky. Enter the second position, doggy style, a name that belies its ancient roots, a primal dance of power and surrender. Imagine one partner rising on hands and knees, a figure of resilience against the weight of the world, while the other approaches from behind, a force of unwavering intent. This is no chaotic clash. It's a symphony of control and release, a testament to the Stoic ideal of balance. Women love this position not for its rawness alone, but for the autonomy it grants them. They guide the rhythm, adjust the angle, dictate the depth. Each movement a declaration of their will. Surveys from distant lands whisper that those between 35 and 44, seasoned by life's trials, favor this stance, for it mirrors their hard-won strength. Yet there's more, an undercurrent of connection, heightened by words, playful or fierce, that weave through the air like incantations. Nearly 80% of women, the sages of our time tell us, crave this verbal thread, a bridge between minds that makes the physical transcendent. This is Stoicism in motion, the discipline to listen, the resolve to respond, the courage to meet each other's needs without faltering. Without faltering, the Stoic heart presses onward, seeking not just pleasure, but purpose in every step. Doggy style reveals this duality, strength and sensitivity entwined, but the path grows richer still. Now envision a timeless classic, the missionary position, rising like a monolith from the mists of history. Picture a lover lying back, open to the sky, while another hovers above, their bodies a constellation of closeness. This is no relic of mundane tradition. It's a cornerstone of intimacy, revered across cultures for its quiet power. The Stoics would nod in approval, for here lies a position that demands presence above all else. Eyes lock, breaths synchronize, and the weight of one upon the other becomes a grounding force, a reminder of the here and now. Women adore this not for its simplicity, but for the depth it unveils, a closeness that feels like coming home. A survey from the misty isles of Britain reveals its secret. It's the intimacy of feeling a partner's full presence, without the crush of domination that ignites their spirits. Adjust the angle ever so slightly, and the pleasure deepens, a subtle shift that transforms the ordinary into the divine. This is Stoicism's gift, the mastery of small actions, the understanding that greatness lies in the details, the realization that love is a craft to be honed. To be honed, this is where the true journey begins, where the craft of love reveals its infinite layers. 3 positions unveiled, each a thread in the tapestry of connection. Yet 2 remain, shrouded in mystery, waiting to draw us deeper into the abyss of understanding. But for now, pause with me under this starlit expanse and reflect. What hidden truth about yourself has this awakened? What strength, what vulnerability, what longing lies buried within you, waiting to be claimed? Share it below, for in this sacred space, we are not mere viewers. We are a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a legion of souls seeking the eternal. Your voice matters here. It echoes in the chorus of those who dare to uncover what has been lost. The Stoics taught us that wisdom grows in community. So let us rise together, unshaken, and step boldly into the next revelation. When you command it, the journey continues, and so it does, with the stars above as our witnesses, their ancient light urging us onward into the uncharted depths of the soul. The Stoics taught us that wisdom grows in community, a truth that binds us here, in this sacred circle of seekers, where every shared reflection becomes a spark in the fire of understanding. We've walked through 3 revelations: spooning, doggy style, missionary, each a pillar of connection, each a testament to the Stoic virtues of presence, balance, and mastery. But the path winds further still, and the 4th position emerges from the shadows like a phoenix rising from embers, the cougar, a stance of empowerment that rewrites the script of intimacy with a woman's hand on the reins. Picture this: a lover astride her partner, her silhouette commanding the night, her movements a dance of authority and grace. This is no mere position. It's a coronation, a reclaiming of power that echoes the Stoic call to own one's fate. Women love this not for its boldness alone, but for the freedom it bestows, the ability to dictate pace, depth, and pleasure with the precision of a sculptor shaping marble. Imagine the scene unfolding under a canopy of twilight, where the air hums with unspoken energy. She rises above, her partner below, their eyes locked in a silent pact of trust and surrender. The Stoics would see this as the ultimate exercise in self-mastery, her control a reflection of inner strength, his yielding a mark of disciplined vulnerability. The cougar position is a revelation of autonomy. She adjusts her angle, ignites friction where it matters most, and claims her satisfaction as a right, not a gift. This is where the body becomes a canvas, where sensitive areas, breasts, hips, the curve of her spine, invite his touch, amplifying the connection into something electric. Studies murmur secrets from the edges of time. Women who embrace this stance often find a quicker path to ecstasy, their command over the rhythm a key to unlocking deeper release. Yet it's more than mechanics. It's a Stoic truth, reborn. To love is to empower, to lift each other toward greatness, and here she reigns as both warrior and muse, her pleasure a mirror of her partner's devotion. Her partner's devotion flows from this mirror, a current of mutual reverence that carries us to the final unveiling. The Stoics knew that true strength lies not in domination, but in harmony, a balance of wills that elevates both. From the cougar's throne, we descend into the 5th position, the screw style, a hidden gem that twists the ordinary into the extraordinary. Envision a lover on her back, legs extended like the branches of an ancient tree, one crossed over the other in a subtle knot of tension and release. Her partner kneels before her, hands on her ankles, holding the stretch as if anchoring her to the earth itself. This is no chaotic tangle. It's a deliberate alignment, a Stoic ritual of precision and intent. The crossed legs tighten the passage, intensifying every sensation, while the elevation deepens the contact, drawing pleasure from the marrow of their beings. Women cherish this not for its complexity, but for its synchronicity, the way it binds their rhythms into a single pulse, a shared climax that feels like destiny fulfilled. Picture the moment, the room dim, the world beyond forgotten, their breaths rising and falling as one. The screw style is a dance of contrasts, control and surrender, pressure and ease, each movement a brushstroke on the canvas of their bond. The Stoics would call this the pinnacle of resilience. To hold fast through the storm of sensation, to find unity in the chaos of desire. It's said that this position, with its focus on alignment, can hasten the peak for both, a crescendo that shatters the illusion of separateness. But beyond the physical lies the profound. This is intimacy as a proving ground, where weaknesses are not flaws but invitations to grow stronger together. A woman's lips may glisten as she yields to the moment, a man's voice soften as he speaks her name. Small signs of a love that transcends the act itself. The ancients knew this secret, that pleasure is fleeting, but connection endures, forged in the crucible of mutual understanding. Mutual understanding is the flame that lights our way, a beacon through the fog of a world that forgets too easily. The Stoics stood unshaken amid life's tempests, and so must we, carrying their wisdom into the tender battlefield of the heart. These 5 positions, spooning, doggy style, missionary, cougar, screw style, are not mere tools of the flesh. They are keys to a lost art, a philosophy of intimacy that marries Stoic resolve with the raw pulse of human longing. Each reveals a truth, that women crave not just sensation, but significance, to be seen, to be felt, to be met with the same fire they bring. Spooning cradles the soul, doggy style ignites the will, missionary binds the present, cougar crowns the spirit, and screw style unites the whole. Together they form a constellation of connection, a map to a bond that withstands time's erosion. Reflect on this. How often do we rush through love, blind to its deeper currents? The Stoics would urge us to pause, to listen, to build something eternal from the fleeting. Something eternal from the fleeting. This is the gift we unearth today, a treasure pulled from the ruins of a distracted age. As the stars fade into dawn, I leave you with this. These positions are not ends, but beginnings, portals to intimacy that mirrors the Stoic ideal of an unconquerable spirit. What has this journey stirred in you? What ancient echo of your own heart have you heard in these words? Share it below, for we are not solitary travelers. We are a legion of seekers, bound by the courage to ask, to feel, to grow. The Stoics believed that every challenge is a chance to rise. And so it is with love. Every touch, every glance, every whispered truth a step toward greatness. If this has moved you, strike the like button as a signal flare to others lost in the dark, and subscribe to join this odyssey of the soul. Your voice, your presence, your resolve, they fuel this fire. Until we meet again, stand firm, love fiercely, and never cease striving for the eternal. The stars will guide us back. They always have, those silent sentinels of the cosmos, watching over us as we stumble through the labyrinth of our desires, our fears, our fleeting triumphs. They've seen empires rise and fall, lovers entwine and part, yet they remain, unmoved, eternal, a Stoic reminder that what endures is not the chaos of the moment, but the quiet strength we forge within it. We've traversed the sacred terrain of 5 positions, spooning, doggy style, missionary, cougar, screw style, each a star in its own right, illuminating the hidden truths of intimacy. But the constellation is not complete without understanding the deeper currents that flow beneath, the unseen forces that turn a physical act into a profound communion. Let us step beyond the forms now, beyond the dance of bodies, and plunge into the essence of what makes these moments resonate in the marrow of our being. A Stoic philosophy of love that binds the temporal to the timeless. What binds the temporal to the timeless is not the fleeting rush of pleasure, but the deliberate choice to be present, to see, to know. The Stoics taught us that life is a series of moments, each one a chance to exercise virtue, courage in the face of fear, temperance amid excess, wisdom over ignorance. In intimacy, this virtue becomes a shared endeavor, a pact between 2 souls to rise above the animal, and touch the divine. Take spooning, that gentle cradle of trust. Its power lies not just in the closeness of skin, but in the stillness it demands. Imagine lying there, the world hushed, your breath a rhythm against your partner's spine. It's a stoic meditation, a stripping away of distraction until all that remains is the raw, unfiltered now. Women love this not because it dazzles, but because it anchors, a sanctuary where they are not judged, not rushed, but simply held. This is the first secret unveiled. Presence is the foundation of connection, a truth as old as the stars, yet one we forget in our haste to chase the next thrill. In our haste to chase the next thrill, we often miss the strength that lies in surrender, not weakness, but the disciplined yielding of the self to something greater. Doggy style rises from this paradox, a position of raw power that hums with stoic balance. Picture it. One partner kneels, a pillar of resilience, while the other moves with purpose, each motion a testament to mutual trust. The woman's control here is no accident. It's a reclaiming of agency, a stoic refusal to be passive in her own story. She adjusts, she guides, she commands the tempo, and in doing so, she mirrors the warrior who bends the battlefield to her will. Yet the man's role is no less vital. His strength is in his restraint, his listening, his alignment with her rhythm. This is the second truth. Intimacy thrives on equilibrium, a dance where power is shared, not hoarded, where both partners stand taller because they lift each other up. Because they lift each other up, the bond deepens, a cord woven of trust and intention that holds fast against life's storms. Missionary, that timeless embrace carries this truth into the light of day. Envision it, bodies pressed close, eyes meeting in a gaze that strips away pretense. The Stoics would call this a moment of clarity, where the soul is laid bare and the trivial falls away. Women cherish this not for its familiarity, but for its intimacy, a closeness that feels like a homecoming, a space where they are not just desired, but known. The subtle shift of an angle, the press of a hand, transforms it from routine to revelation, a reminder that love is a craft honed through attention. This is the third secret. Connection is not a gift bestowed, but a garden cultivated, every touch a seed, every breath the water that makes it grow. Every breath the water that makes it grow. This is the alchemy of the cougar position, where cultivation becomes creation. Picture her astride, a queen in her own dominion, her partner beneath her a willing canvas. Here, the stoic virtue of autonomy shines. She dictates the pace, the depth, the very pulse of their union. Her pleasure a flame she tends with precision. But this is no solitary reign. His hands trace her contours, his gaze meets hers, and together they build something greater than themselves. Women love this for its empowerment, yes, but also for its mutuality, the way it invites him to rise to her level, to match her fire with his own. This is the fourth truth. True strength in intimacy is not in dominating, but in co-creating, a partnership where both are architects of their shared ecstasy. Architects of their shared ecstasy, they craft a monument that stands against time, and the screw style is its capstone. Imagine it, legs crossed, a knot of tension and release, bodies aligned in a rhythm that feels like fate. The Stoics would see this as resilience made flesh, each partner holding fast, pushing through the intensity to find harmony on the other side. The tightness amplifies sensation, the elevation deepens connection, and the result is a climax that binds them as one. Women adore this not just for its physicality, but for its synchronicity, a moment where two become whole, where the chaos of desire resolves into unity. This is the fifth and final secret. Love is a forge, and intimacy its fire, shaping us through challenge into something unbreakable. Something unbreakable. This is the legacy of the Stoic heart, a gift we reclaim under the watchful eyes of the stars. These 5 positions are more than acts. They are parables, each whispering a lesson in presence, balance, cultivation, co-creation, and unity. Spooning teaches us to be here, doggy style to share power, missionary to nurture, cougar to empower, screw style to harmonize. Together they form a philosophy of intimacy that mirrors the Stoic path, a life of purpose, not just pleasure, of strength, not just surrender. What has this stirred in you? What forgotten corner of your soul has felt the echo of these truths? Share it below, for we are a tribe bound by the quest for wisdom, a chorus of voices rising from the silence. The Stoics knew that greatness is born in reflection, zrenia. So let your words be the spark that lights another's way. If this has moved you, strike the like button as a beacon, subscribe to walk this path with us, and know that your presence here is a thread in the tapestry of the eternal. Until the stars call us again, live boldly, love deeply, and let resilience be your guide. For in that call lies not just an ending, but a summons to return, to revisit the truths we've unearthed, to refine them in the crucible of our lives, and to carry their light into the shadowed corners of our existence. The Stoics stood as sentinels against the tides of fate, their spirits unbowed by hardship, their minds sharpened by the grindstone of reflection. They knew that wisdom is not a gift bestowed once and forgotten, but a flame tended daily, its warmth a shield against the cold indifference of the world. We've unveiled 5 positions: spooning, doggy style, missionary, cougar, screw style, not as mere maps of the body, but as constellations of the soul, each star a lesson in the Stoic art of intimacy. Yet the journey doesn't halt at revelation. It deepens in the living, in the courage to weave these secrets into the fabric of our bonds. Let us walk now into the aftermath of this awakening, where the true test begins, to embody these truths with the same unwavering resolve that carried the ancients through tempests and triumphs. With the same unwavering resolve, we step into the quiet that follows the storm, where the echoes of our discoveries linger like the scent of rain on stone. Spooning, that tender embrace, taught us presence, a stillness so profound it drowns the noise of a fractured world. Imagine it again, 2 bodies curled as one, the rhythm of breath a silent hymn to the now. The Stoics would say this is where virtue begins, in the discipline to shed distraction, to hold space for another without demand or haste. Women love this not for its softness alone, but for the strength it reveals, a partner who can be a fortress without walls, a refuge without chains. This is the first thread of our new tapestry, presence as power, a Stoic vow to be fully here, not just in the bedroom, but in every glance, every word, every fleeting touch. What would your life become if you brought this stillness to every moment you share? The stars whisper that it's not the grand gestures that endure, but the quiet ones, the ones that say, I see you, and I stay. I see you, and I stay. These words ripple outward, carrying us to the second thread, where doggy style unfurls its primal banner. Picture it once more, a stance of earth and fire, one partner rising like a mountain, the other a wind that shapes it. The Stoics saw balance as the heart of justice, a harmony between strength and surrender that neither diminishes nor devours. Here, a woman's control is her sovereignty. She moves as she wills, her body a compass guiding the way, while her partner's restraint becomes his honor, a stoic refusal to overpower. This is not chaos, but choreography, a dance where both lead and follow. Women cherish this for the freedom it offers, the chance to claim their pleasure as warriors claim victory. Yet it's the mutuality that binds it to eternity, a shared rhythm, a spoken spark, a meeting of minds amid the tempest of the flesh. The second truth weaves itself here, balance as liberation, a call to ask, how often do we seek to dominate when we could harmonize instead? The stars nod, urging us to find this equilibrium beyond the act, in the give and take of every day. In the give and take of every day, the third thread emerges, glowing with the steady light of missionary. Envision it, a union face to face, a mirror of souls where pretense dissolves. The Stoics prized clarity above all, a mind unclouded, a purpose unswayed, and here it lives, in the locking of eyes, the press of skin that speaks without words. Women love this for its intimacy, a closeness that strips away the superficial and lays bare the essential. It's a craft, this position, refined by the smallest shifts, a tilt, a breath, that turn the familiar into the transcendent. This is cultivation as connection, the Stoic art of tending what matters most. Imagine bringing this care to your life beyond these moments. The patience to listen, the focus to nurture, the will to make the ordinary sacred. The stars murmur a challenge. What grows when you pour your whole self into the soil of another's heart? This thread binds us to a truth we too often forget, that love is not found, but built, brick by brick, breath by breath, breath by breath. The fourth thread rises, bold and radiant in the cougar's ascent. Picture her again, astride, a sovereign of her own desire, her partner, a willing ally in her reign. The Stoics hailed autonomy as the mark of a free soul, one who chooses, who acts, who shapes their fate with steady hands. Here, a woman's command is her crown. She sets the pace, ignites the fire, and her pleasure becomes a beacon. Yet this is no solitary throne. His touch, his gaze, his presence weave into her tapestry, a Stoic partnership where empowerment lifts both. Women adore this for the liberty it grants, the chance to be both creator and created. But it's the co-creation that etches it in stone, a union where strength begets strength. The fourth truth shines here. Empowerment as unity, a question that pierces the veil. How might your bonds transform if you gave as much as you gained? The stars gleam, reflecting a world where love is not a tug of war, but a rising tide. A rising tide lifts us to the fifth thread, where screw style ties the knot of our journey. Imagine it one last time. Legs crossed, a taut line of tension and grace, bodies locked in a rhythm that sings of unity. The Stoics knew resilience as the fire that tempers steel, and here it burns, each partner pushing through the intensity to find the other side together. Women love this for its synchronicity, the way it melds two into one, a climax that feels like the universe aligning. This is harmony as triumph, a Stoic victory over fragmentation, a testament to what endures when all else fades. Picture this woven into your life, the resolve to align, to endure, to find the melody in the chaos. The stars whisper the final truth. Unity is our strength, a call to reflect. Where in your world could this harmony heal what's broken? Where in your world could this harmony heal what's broken? The stars hold their breath, waiting for your answer. For this is no mere tale. It's a mirror, a challenge, a summons to live these truths. 5 threads: presence, balance, cultivation, empowerment, harmony, woven from 5 positions, form a tapestry of Stoic intimacy that defies the fleeting. Spooning anchors us, doggy style frees us, missionary nurtures us, cougar lifts us, screw style unites us. What will you weave with them? Share it below, for we are not lone wanderers. We are a fellowship, bound by the courage to seek, to speak, to grow. The Stoics taught that reflection is the seed of action, so let your voice ripple through this circle. If this has stirred you, strike the like button as a torch in the dark. Subscribe to stand with us, and know your place here is sacred. Until the stars summon us once more, live with purpose, love with fire, and let wisdom light your way. The heavens pause now, their vast expanse a silent witness to the truths we've reclaimed. 5 threads of Stoic intimacy, spun from the timeless dance of spooning, doggy style, missionary, cougar, and screw style. These are not mere echoes of the past. They are living embers, glowing with the power to reshape our present, to forge bonds that defy the erosion of time. The Stoics stood as titans against the void, their lives a testament to the strength found in discipline, the peace carved from chaos, the greatness born of understanding. We've walked their path tonight, not as scholars of dusty tomes, but as seekers of a flame that burns within us all, a flame that lights the way to connection, to resilience, to a love that endures beyond the fleeting pulse of desire. This is no end, but a beginning, a call to carry these revelations into the marrow of your days, to weave them into the tapestry of your life with bold hands and an unyielding heart. With an unyielding heart, we stand at the threshold of action, for wisdom untended is a star that fades, its light lost to the dawn. Presence, balance, cultivation, empowerment, harmony. These are not lessons to be admired from afar, but tools to be wielded, chisels to sculpt the raw stone of our relationships into something eternal. Imagine a world where every touch is deliberate, every word a bridge, every moment a testament to the Stoic fire within you. Spooning whispers of stillness. Bring it to your mornings, your silences, your quiet acts of care. Doggy-style roars of balance. Seek it in your compromises, your shared burdens, your mutual rise. Missionary hums of cultivation. Nurture it in your patience, your listening, your steady gaze. Cougar blazes with empowerment. Ignite it in your trust, your lifting of another's wings, your fearless giving. Screw style sings of harmony. Find it in your unity, your resilience, your intertwined breath. These are not just positions of the body. They are positions of the soul, a Stoic creed to live boldly, to love deeply, to face every storm with an unshaken spirit. With an unshaken spirit, we turn now to you. For this journey is not mine alone. It is ours, a shared odyssey beneath the watchful stars. The Stoics knew that truth grows in the crucible of community, that a single voice can spark a chorus, that a lone flame can kindle a wildfire. So I ask you, what has this awakened in you? What corner of your heart has stirred? What shadow of your life has brightened under these revelations? Pour it out below. Your thoughts, your stories, your questions. For we are not solitary travelers, but a legion of seekers, bound by the courage to speak, to reflect, to rise. Let your words be the wind that carries this flame forward, a beacon for those still lost in the dark. Ask yourself, where will you take these truths tomorrow? How will you wield them to forge a bond that time cannot unravel? Your voice is not just a whisper, it's a thunderclap, A call to others to join this sacred circle. A call to others to join this sacred circle. This is the heartbeat of our mission, the pulse that drives us beyond the stars' silent watch. If these words have struck a chord, if they've lit a spark in the quiet of your soul, then act now. Strike the like button as a flare in the night, a signal to the wandering that here lies something worth finding. Subscribe to stand with us, to walk this path as it winds ever deeper. For this is not a fleeting tale, but a living legacy, one we build together with every step, every shared breath. Your presence here is no accident. It's a choice, a vow to seek the eternal amid the ephemeral, to claim the stoic strength that dwells within. Share this video with those you cherish, those who yearn for a connection that transcends the ordinary. Let them, too, feel the pull of the stars. Until we gather again, under their ancient light, go forth with purpose blazing in your chest, love fierce in your veins, and resilience as your unshakable guide. The stars will wait, but your journey begins now.